go cap it out. Just sit on cap, man.
Yeah.
Fuck these guys. They can just be bitches.
I just bounced one from the VK. Ah, VK, it's alright. I think we're getting a little aggressive, Wooly, but I will join you. Oh my god. We went bouncing this shit.
Oh, Artie. Ah,
Already dropped it.
Oh, ammo rack. That was fucking oh, I just clicked on me. I'm dead.
I'm having a hard time penning this OI.
Is he reloading?
Don't know. I'm gonna reload real quick.
Oh, he wants it.
Jesus, I'm failing to pin green shots against the boobies.
This tank is shaped like a massive building. It's a big box with no armor. Why would you play this? Ever? Why would you pay money for this? There's a very good reason, and we'll get to that eventually. I'm just here to give you a quick rundown of the SU-100Y and tell you why it is my favorite tank in the game. It's an absolute meme that can't ever get nerfed, even though it really should be, because it's a premium tank. Remember when they nerfed the KV-1S because it had a reliable 390 alpha at tier 6? Everyone complained and got it nerfed to be a tier 5 tank, and then the replacement tier 6 is an absolute piece of garbage. And then they put the KV-1S in its original state back in the game, but it's a tier 7. Yeah, remember when they did that? Yeah. We'll get to why that's significant in just a little bit because it's hilarious. First, let's talk about the bad things. It has bad gun traverse, just like all the other Russian tank destroyers. Very narrow gun traverse in the front. That's going to lead to a lot of aiming issues where you're like right at the edge of your reticle and you can't move a little bit more to the right when you need to. It means placing your hull to where you know you're going to need to fire is very important, especially if you start running the settings that lets you look around outside of your gun traverse while you're in sniper mode. That can really screw you up sometimes. It has bad gun depression. I think it's like 5 or something, if that. Not usually a problem. You just got to play around it. But it is a downside. You can't just do whatever you want. It has bad aim time. This doesn't get too bad as you get a better crew and you start to learn how to like pre-aim. But it's there. It's a problem. But, you know, it's Russian, so it doesn't freaking matter. The box tank is subscribed to BeatLed on YouTube. Wait, why is that here? Why is that in the weakness section? All right, now let's get to the good sides of this tank. The gun. That's literally the only good thing about this tank. It has 440 alpha damage if you're playing it like a weeb, which is not how you're supposed to play this tank, but still, that's bonkers. This is tier 6, and you have tier 10? High-ish alpha for tier 10. Like, that's insane, and that's with the 200 penetration. If you've played the SU-152 or the SU-152K at tier 8, you understand that having somebody drive out in front of you and just removing half or more of their health bar is pretty funny and a little broken. This is just tier 6, where people are even less experienced and will drive out in front of you more often, but we'll come back to that at the end. And we're gonna loop back around into this gun and why it's hilarious that the KV-1S was nerfed into the ground and this thing has never been touched, and no one even talks about it. Let's take a look at the KV-1S's old stats. All right, so why was the KV-1S removed from the game? Or, I mean, effectively removed from the game because nobody plays the KV-85. And the KV-1S that's at tier 7 is, I've literally never seen one because no. It was good because of its tier 6. But why was it nerfed and removed? That's because it had 122 millimeter at tier 6 that had 175 remember these numbers, I'll put them up. 175 millimeters of penetration, 390 alpha damage, 0.46 accuracy, which sounds bad, but just like the box tank, it's Russian, it doesn't matter, and 3.4 seconds aim time. That was a effective and reliable Russian 122 millimeter at tier 6 back when 240 damage was pretty high damage for around this area. And it was, it's all about the gun, but it was mobile, and for some reason it had 8 degrees of gun depression. That I don't get. That's weird. Can't top that. But that was such a problem that it was removed from the game. But the box tank was the same back then as it is now. So let's look at that one. Let's compare a little bit. So the box tank has a 130 millimeter B13S2, doesn't matter, gun that has 440 alpha damage, 196 penetration, 3.75 rounds per minute, with a 0.38 accuracy, with 5 degrees of gun depression and a 2.9 second aim time. It is better, definitively better in every way than the KV-1S's gun that got it removed from the tech tree, basically. And no one knows about this. Or maybe they do, and for some reason they don't care. But you go into a battle with this, and it's just stupid. It's stupid. You can face tier 5s that have 450 health. Your normal rounds have 440 damage, so you already have a 50-50 of one-shotting any tier 5 medium tank. And then, this is going to be our little secret. You can tell people about this actually, but don't do it too much. I know it's not going to get nerfed, but I don't want to see box tanks around. If you don't play this tank like an idiot, and you play it how it's supposed to be played, you have 510 damage at tier 6. That's stupid. That's stupid. You know it's a high alpha damage tank destroyer at tier 8? Yes, the ISU, which is 750, but whatever. There's the SU-100 PM, which is just like a different version of the Scorpion in tier 8. That's insanely good and very scary to get shot against. You know what that one's alpha damage is? 520. And you're at tier 6. And you have 510. Crazy. But again, our little secret. Don't tell anybody. Or actually tell people, because they're not going to nerf it. But whatever. The downside, I'm doing air quotes with my hands here. The downside is you go from 196 penetration to a 171. Well, no, it's 171 penetration at tier 6. The only thing that you're not going to be able to reliably pen is, I don't know, a heavy tank with good armor or a T-3485M. And you just have to be careful because you can just shoot the turrets. It doesn't matter. This is stupid. And I'm very happy it wasn't nerfed. But I'm also really just confused as to why nobody complains about this tank. We're done with the gun. Looping back around to the 60 millimeters of armor. You have these massive sides of your tank, because this tank is stupid big. Stupid. You have 60 millimeters of tons of side armor. Like huge. So you can just wiggle your tank, and it has that Russian thing that you get in high tiers where, again, I could go into an IS-7 rant. You have all of these different weird angles on the front of your tank. On the box tankets, you have your normal sides of the tank, and then they curve in partly, and that's still 60 millimeters on the superstructure. And then you go into hull armor, and there's just a bunch of different angles going on. And yes, it's 60 millimeters. Everybody can pen that from most angles, but when a medium tank is panicking because this tank that has 500 damage is rolling around the corner, they're not going to be like looking at where they're aiming. They're just going to shoot at you. And if you're lucky and you wiggle your tank around while you come around the corner, you might bounce a shot. And that sounds like a big if, but it's actually very useful to know and extremely important to use. But hold on, I'm getting a little off script here. Let's wrap this up. If you haven't played the box tank and you have it, try it. I mean, you shouldn't really be spending money on this game. This game is trash. It's an absolute gem that apparently nobody knows about. It's extremely underappreciated, and you play it and you get underestimated because, one, people don't know about it, really. I don't think too many people really know that this thing does 500 damage. And you're playing at tier 6 where a good bit of the players aren't going to be that experienced. So you're going to get underestimated, and they're not going to expect to lose their entire health bar. If you want to play an ISU-152 or an ISU-152K at tier 6 instead of tier 8 against worse players, this is where you want to go. The downside of playing this tank in random battles is the tanks you're shooting at actually don't even have enough health for you to do all of your damage. It sounds, I'm presenting this as a negative, but it also is about as fun as it sounds. Just keep an eye out for that. Now, if I wanted to make this video a little bit longer, it's probably going to be like 5 minutes or something. I put on some games onto the end of this. We're not doing that. And I almost went over equipment and ammo and crew skills, but I'm probably going to turn this into a whole nother video. Going on YouTube and having people tell you what is the best way to play something in any game is, I think, extremely dumb. And it makes people much worse at the games that they play because they're no longer using their... Anyway, rant. Figure it out. Play the tank. Do what you like. And learn how to load it out. Learn how to shoot your ammo. Learn how to aim. Learn where to go. That's not what... I'm never going to do that. Go away. Except for the leopard one. But that's... I have ideas. But If you liked it, leave a like. I'm trying to get into a little bit more of a actual content creation, like actually using my brain. So please, if you liked it, leave a like. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. Let me know what I'm doing right. I'd like to know, because these need to get better. Thanks so much.